Thunder Basin National Grasslands in central eastern Wyoming. And this grasslands is a national grasslands, it's our public lands. It's approximately 500,000 acres. And the Thunder Basin is a place where you have an incredible abundance of plains wildlife. Everything from prairie dogs, a vital keystone species, to mountain plover, burrowing owl, a whole host of grassland birds, swift fox, raptors, deer, pronghorn antelope. It's just an amazing, biologically diverse environment and very beautiful. Prairie dogs are an amazing animal. They're sort of like the engineer of the grasslands.
Well, prairie dogs are the basis of an entire ecosystem. They're called a keystone species. So many other species depend on prairie dogs for survival, including species that live in their burrows and species that eat them as food.
So historically across the Great Plains, prairie dogs were numerous. We've lost nearly 98% of our prairie dog resource, the habitat itself. We're not just talking about the individual animals, which are important for biodiversity, but they create these colonies of burrows and underground cavities of their burrowing activities, a system that really is conducive to healthy grasslands and connect to so many different wildlife species. And so places like the Thunder Basin National Grassland, it's really a tremendous opportunity to conserve what remaining prairie dog habitat we have out west.
Thunder Basin, in fact, is one of only 2 places on our federal lands in the entire Great Plains that has this great potential to have more than 10,000 or 20,000 acres even of prairie dog colonies in one spot. That's essential for the restoration of so many species, especially the black-footed ferret. And Thunder Basin is one of only 2 areas where shooting is not allowed. Believe it or not, people can come out and shoot prairie dogs for fun with no restrictions on almost every single acre of public land. Wildlife and livestock grazing can coexist. In fact, historically the bison roamed this area and helped keep the vegetation short for the prairie dogs. So the fact of livestock grazing on the prairie dog colonies, it's not a conflict, but where the conflict arises is when people want to eradicate the wildlife so that every blade of grass can go to the cattle. That's unacceptable. That's not multiple use, and that's the conflict. Unfortunately, right now, this land is threatened by a proposal by the Forest Service. Their proposal is to eliminate most of the protections that currently exist for the prairie dogs in this area.
Which would mean widespread poisoning, shooting of prairie dogs in this wildlife conservation area, and the impacts to all the associated species, mountain plover, burrowing owl, swift fox, and even the potential to reintroduce black-footed ferrets in the future would be devastating, and the ecosystem would actually be compromised.
It's simply unacceptable. This area is far too important to allow our federal land managers to gut the hard-won protections for this incredibly important ecosystem.
This is very serious to defenders of wildlife, and that's why we're putting up a fight. Wildlife, they need our voices. And it's not just my voice and out here working in the field. We need the defenders of wildlife members to speak up on their behalf. We're going to win this battle.